If you're in your 40s or 50s, do you ever just lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking, what on earth happened to my sleep? Well, you are definitely not alone. And it turns out there are some really fascinating biological reasons why this happens. Let's get into it.
Sound familiar? You know that feeling. Your body is just bone tired, but your brain is running a marathon. It is so frustrating, it's totally draining, and for millions of people in their middle years, this has kind of become the new normal. So, what happened? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it turns out, it's not just about the stress from your day or that extra cup of coffee. No, there are real biological changes going on inside you that completely rewrite the rulebook for sleep as we get older. Welcome to Sleepedia, a corner of the internet dedicated to the science of sleep and circadian rhythms.
To really understand what's going on, we need to talk about the conductor of our body's entire orchestra, our biological clock. And it seems that right around midlife, well, our conductor starts to lose the rhythm a little bit.
You see, this internal clock, your circadian rhythm, it's the master controller. It tells you when to feel sleepy, when to wake up, when you're hungry. I mean, it runs the whole show. But as we age, its signals can start to get a little, well, weaker.
And here's where we can see the actual machinery starting to change. The very genes that act like gears in our clock, they just don't work as efficiently anymore. This means the master clock up in your brain starts to struggle to keep time with all the other little clocks in your organs, creating this kind of permanent internal jet lag. It's wild.
And this right here, this is one of the biggest culprits. Melatonin. That's the hormone that basically taps you on the shoulder and says, hey, it's bedtime. It takes a major nosedive. A 20% drop is huge. It's a massive reason why it suddenly feels so much harder just to get that initial signal to fall asleep.
So all these internal changes, they create a completely new sleep landscape. We're not just talking about one single issue, but three very specific challenges that seem to pop up again and again for people. So let's break down what they are.
So these are kind of the three horsemen of midlife sleep problems. First, you've got the racing mind. This is often because your stress hormone cortisol is higher at night than it should be, putting your brain in go mode when it needs to power down. Then there are the night wakings. The reason you find yourself wide awake at 3 a.m. is that your sleep itself is changing. It's getting lighter, more fragile. And finally, the early bird problem. Your internal clock actually starts to shift earlier after you hit 25, so you might find yourself waking up at 5 a.m. whether you're ready to or not.
Let's dig a little deeper into those night wakings. It really comes down to losing that good, deep, restorative sleep. We can actually lose between 15 and 25% of it. That's the good stuff that really recharges your batteries, and when you have less of it, your sleep is just lighter and so much easier to disturb.
And yeah, that early bird problem, it's a big one. It doesn't even matter if you were a total night owl your whole life. The clock just shifts. After age 25, it naturally starts ticking a little bit earlier every year. And that's exactly why waking up at 4 or 5 a.m. can suddenly become your new normal, even if you went to bed late.
Okay, so beyond those three big challenges, there's another really crucial factor that often just flies under the radar, but it becomes way more common in this age group. Let's talk about the unseen sleep thief.
This statistic it's just staggering. Up to 40% of adults in their 40s and 50s might have obstructive sleep apnea. It's a condition where your throat muscles relax too much and you actually stop breathing for brief moments over and over all night long. You might not even know it's happening, but it absolutely shatters your sleep quality.
Okay, I know that all sounds a little bleak, but here is the really good news. You are not powerless here, not at all. There are concrete, science-backed things you can do to fight back. So let's build our toolkit for reclaiming the night. Your number one most powerful tool for tuning your body clock is light. It's that simple. Getting at least 30 minutes of bright morning sun can actually boost your nighttime melatonin by 10%. And then at night, you do the exact opposite. Ditching the blue light from screens 2 hours before bed helps your brain get the message, loud and clear. Hey, it's dark now. Time for sleep.
Next up, managing your body and your mind. Regular, moderate exercise is fantastic for sleep, but the timing is everything.
You want to avoid that intense workout right before you hit the sack. And to fight back against that racing mind, a few minutes of meditation or just some deep breathing can do wonders to bring down those evening stress levels.
And the results are just incredible. We're talking about a 15% increase in deep sleep. That is a total game changer. It's the difference between waking up feeling groggy and waking up feeling actually refreshed, all from something as simple as a few brisk walks a week.
You know what else plays a huge role? What you eat and when you eat it. Finishing your last big meal a few hours before bed gives your body plenty of time to digest. And get this, just cutting out evening caffeine and alcohol can reduce your chances of those super early wake-up calls by a solid 20%.
Now listen, this point is absolutely critical. If you think you might have sleep apnea, we're talking loud snoring, waking up gasping for air, none of these other tips are going to fix the root problem. That's when you really need to see a doctor. Seriously, treatments like CPAP can be life-changing, dramatically improving your deep sleep and slashing that daytime fatigue.
So after all this, the power really is back in your hands. You do not have to just accept bad sleep as a part of getting older. Looking at this whole toolkit, what's one small thing, one tiny change you can commit to trying tonight? Because getting your rest back, it all starts with that single step.